Thank you so much for clicking this video. I am Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer. This is a series where we are creating a music player application. Okay, so this is where we are in terms of HTML, some sort of front-end design, and then this is the Figma mockup design. So this is where we are. As you can see, we are getting there, but obviously our color is black for now and it's supposed to be white. So let's just jump straight to code and continue. What we are going to do into coding, we want to first create a class that changes all the icons to white. Let's see if all of our icons are white. Okay, not all of our icons are white, but we want these icons to be white. So we are going to have a color that changes the icons to white, and also the one that changes the icons to this color. So let's just jump straight to code and do that. Okay, so we are going to go to our CSS. Let's have a class dot icon white. Okay, and then we're going to say color variable. We have a variable for a white color, but for text. So if you want to check which variable is that, it's this one. This is a white color, but it's for anything that is a text. As you know that Font Awesome treats its own icon as some sort of a font, so it's more like a text element, even though it shows as an icon. Okay, let's go back and put this color here. Okay, and then we might as well create a class for another color. Okay, this one, the complementary color, because there are icons which are taking that color. Then we are done, and if we refresh our web page, obviously there is nothing that is going to happen until we associate this class, we attach this class to the icons. Okay, let's see. Okay, here is our icons. Let's just on all of these icons attach that class, attach that class, and attach that class, and save. Let's now go back and see. Okay, the color has changed, but we've just attached the wrong class. My apologies for that. We should have attached. Oh, okay, now I see. Color text white, and then color text white. The only thing that I need to do here, I need to say icon com. Okay, and also here I need to make a capital letter of the W. Okay, let's copy this, save, go back to HTML. Okay, now let's refresh our browser and see. Okay, as you can see now, this looks more or less like this. Okay, and then let's change also this color to white. Okay, let's create a class that we can reuse, and don't forget that we are always trying to create a reusable CSS. Okay, so let's say text white, and then we take this class to where let's first put it here on the parent container, believing that if the parent container the color is white, even the children will be white, instead of putting it in each and every children. Let's quickly test that if we are going to win. 100%. As you can see, we have won. Okay, now let's design this part. Okay, so this part, there is a div element, a container. What is this part in terms of the mockup? Let's see. In terms of the mockup, that part, it's a track section. Okay, here is it, a track section. Okay, this is a track section. Okay, so we already got that container as track section. Okay, let's quickly make that this part. Okay, now we are going to take track section. Okay, I believe it's a class track sec. Yes, it's a class. Okay, now let's take track section. The height, let's make it 30 for now, 30 pixel. Or what we can do, we can just save here and continue with the way we've been doing it, meaning that to code live. Okay, to code everything on the browser. So this is what we can do so that you can see the changes as they are taking place. Track section, it's this one. Okay, so what we want, the height is 30 for now. Let's say the background color let's make it white. Okay, okay, since we have used what can I say, since we have used a flex to, let me just remove this. So since we have used a flex to help these children to share this space equally, like for instance, there is an equal gap from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here. So automatically this container takes up, like, what can I say, like the equal amount of space as these ones. So we need to go to this element in our CSS and disconnect it from that flex system where it's all these children have got what can I say, all these children have got equal amount of space. Or what we can do, let's change the plans. Okay, let's leave this part, okay, as a container. This part, let me just change the color a little bit. Okay, let's leave this part as a container and change the name, and then let's leave the name to track section instead of let's just quickly create this track section, some sort of a new element inside this area. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So now what is going to be the name of that? Okay, this area is track section, and then let's make this part, this white part, the track element. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're going to leave this as it is. Let's just refresh, leave it as it is. Let's just go to our mockup. Let's just add a class inside here, remove this, and we call that class dot track element. Okay, that means we've created a div item with a class of track element inside. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we're going to go to our CSS. Let's just change this to track element. That means the height is 30 already, and that's it. So let's go back and refresh. Okay, now let's work on track element inside track section. Okay, as you can see, it has got a height of 30. Let's make a width of let's say 300. Let's see, and then let's check the background color, to white so that we can see it. Okay, as you can see, here is it. Okay, let's pump up our height a little bit. Okay, I think I'm happy with this, and I'm also happy with this width of 400. Let's just reference here. Okay, 300, let's just make it small a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with this. Now first let's copy all of this. Okay, let's just work on the border radius. Okay, what is our height? Our height is 290. Oh, sorry, our height is 51. Let's make a border radius of 25. Okay, make a border radius of 25. And what else? I think that's all. So now let's copy all this CSS and go to line 95. Where is line 95? Here is line 95, and we add that CSS. Okay, refresh. As you can see, it's already here. But the thing is, since the container height starts from here and to here, this is more like attached on the top left corner, as you can see. So what we want to do, we want to go to our reusable CSS. We want to take the CSS that will center everything, then we will use that CSS. Okay, so we are still continuing with our CSS reuse. Okay, so we've got a CSS class element that is center, I guess, which is responsible for centering things inside. It's responsible for centering the children of an element. As you can see, if we can add center here, this will go to the center. So let's quickly do that. Go to our mockup element, go to track and just add a class center. Okay, this class center, it's a class in our CSS which is reusable. Okay, let's just quickly say here is that class. It's a reusable class. And then let's go back and see our mockup. This is how this is. Okay, and this is where we are. Okay, let's just quickly go here and fix this. As you can see, this is not bold, and also I think there is some sort of a gap between, okay, between the alphabets. Okay, let's quickly fix that. Okay, this is H3. Okay, let's work on the font weight of A3. Font weight, bold, lighter. Let's make it lighter. Okay, and then let's work on, I think it's letter spacing. Let's see if we can say 20 pixels. Okay, and then let's adjust it a little bit. Let's make it start from 7. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, let's see. There's a distance here, a small gap here. Okay, we can quickly achieve that by setting the margin. Margin top. Let's just make it 5 pixels. Okay, 5 pixels. Let's make it a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's copy all of these CSS style to line number, I think is it line number 1? I'm not sure. Let's go back and check. CSS, Control G and type 1 and enter. Okay, nope, that's not line number. Oh, okay, now I see. We don't have that CSS style in our CSS. We don't have it. That's why there is line number 1 here. Okay, now I understand. That's why we don't have it. It's new. And also what we want to do, this is the artist name and this is the song title, so we might as well create those IDs. Okay, let's see. This is our mockup. Okay, let's say an ID equal to song title, and then an ID equal to song artist name. Artist name, capital letter here. Okay, save. Okay, and then let's save also here. Let's just refresh, nothing will happen obviously. Okay, and then what we want to do, we want to add here an ID of song artist name, and then we paste that CSS, and then let's refresh and see. As you can see, now artist name has changed. Okay, let's continue. Now let's create this part. Okay, so this is track element. Okay, now let's say this is what's the name of this? Okay, let's make it track bar area. Okay, let's make it a track bar area. Let's make an ID track bar area. Okay, and then the track bar area will have a span. Okay, the first one, the ID of this span. As you can see now in our HTML, we are using IDs the most. Remember, we started with using like classes. As you can see, this is a class, this is a class, this is a class, this is a class, and then now we are starting to use ID. Maybe you will ask yourself, why now are we getting into ID? The reason is these elements are more like specific element. The CSS for this element is more of a specific one, and these elements have got the names. They serve a unique purpose. That's why we want to target them specifically. It's not like it's general. It's very rare in the same application we can have another track bar, or we can take the style of this track bar and use it somewhere else in this application, because there can be only one track bar. So that's why now we are more or less like creating IDs. Okay, so this is the current time of the song. Okay, and there is duration on the right. Okay, and in between we've got the actual track bar. Okay, and inside the track bar we can call this seek bar. Okay, and then what we can do, we can say this is 10:05, this is 10:01. Okay, this is wrong. The actual duration cannot be 10:01 and this is on 10:05. It doesn't make sense, because 10:05 is more than, but I hope you understand this is just a mock-up. Okay, let's just put some numbers here. Okay, just random numbers, and here let's put 04, 23. Save and let's see. Okay, as you can see, here is our numbers. Okay, and then as you can see here, we've got these elements. They are stacked on top of each other. As you can see, this one on top of this one. So what we are going to do, let's first create this part, this track bar, so that we can arrange these elements later in such a way that they are arranged horizontally. Okay, now what I want to do, let's go here, let's inspect here, and then we are going to take the actual track bar. Okay, create an element, and then we're going to set the width to 200. Okay, set the width to 200 pixels, and the height to let's say 5 pixels. Height, and then let's set the background color Let's set it to black so that we can see it, and then let's set the border radius. Is this correct? Border dash radius. Okay, border radius, what's the height? The height it's 5 pixel. Let's make the border radius of 2.5 pixel. Okay, that is it. I'm happy with this. Now let's copy all of this before we forget. Obviously we don't have this in our style sheet, the track bar, so that means we need to create it. A track bar, let's create that. Okay, now let's refresh and see. Something is wrong. Obviously my track bar is wrong. Let's go to our HTML and see. This is ID of track bar, this one. Copy, paste it as it is. Okay, track bar. Okay, now let's refresh. Okay, as you can see, we have our track bar there. So now what we want, we must jump back to what we usually do, use CSS or reuse. Okay, as you can see, these items are stacked one on top of each other. We want them to be arranged like horizontally. So we've got a class that is responsible for arranging the children of an element like to be arranged like a row or horizontally, one next to each other. So if we are here on track bar area, we can add a class here. I think it's a class of row. Okay, we can get class equal to, let's just add row and see. Okay, that means that is not the class that does this. So let's just go back to our CSS and see which class is that one. Okay, let me use search here so that we can quickly get its row center. Okay, it's row center. So since we are already here, we might as well put this class where it's supposed to be. We put it track bar area, we just add a class equal to row center. Okay, save that and let's go back and refresh. Okay, as you can see, now this has got a row center, but our elements, they are not centered inside this. Let's quickly check why. Track bar area, you've got a class of row center. Okay, I'm happy with that. Does this class of row center centers things vertically and horizontally? Yes, but then now okay, let me check something, because these were supposed to be arranged like what can I say, they are supposed to be in the center of the element, something like flex direction row. Okay, justify content. Okay, as you can see, this item is in the center of this horizontally, but also I want it to be in the center vertically. So let's just quickly go to our mockup and see what we are missing. Okay, we've got a track element. Okay, which is this is a track element. Okay, we've got a track section. This is a track section, and this section has centered this track element, which is that's good. Okay, so the track element has been centered. Okay, but the track element itself, okay, of which I think this is in the wrong class. Let's take this. Okay, let's take this. This is the track bar. Okay, I think it's my mistake. We were supposed to put this, let's see, this is the track element, and inside it there is a track bar area. Okay, let's see, track bar area. The track bar area has got okay, I see. What we need to do here, let's undo here. I think this is fine here, but let's also duplicate this and put it here. Okay, go back and see, then I will explain in details what happens. Plug bar area, class row center. Okay, class trace element. Okay, something is just not right. What am I missing? Okay, let me click undo. Okay, let me just check my elements one by one. I've got the track bar here that centers something. What is that thing? It's track element. This is track element. Okay, but as you can see, track element doesn't center anything. Why track element is not centering anything? I believe track element is this white element. The track element has got a background of white, as you can see, but it doesn't center anything. Okay, let's help it to center its element. Row center. Okay, let's see what will happen. As you can see, now it was just like it was just that this element doesn't center its own children. Okay, let's just quickly copy this, okay, and take it to here. Okay, since we are already here, let's check this one. Okay, track bar, the width is 200. Let's make it small a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with this. And what else? Okay, let's see, this has got a row center, the track bar area. Okay, it's got row center, that's fine. And then we've got these. Okay, in the meantime, let's just save this, and then we will add the gaps here after that. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to go to this track bar, copy the declarations, go back to 108, line 108, Control G, 108, enter. Oh, sorry, I'm not in the style sheet. Control G, 108. Okay, this is where we are, and we might as well change this color from black to var, which is a variable color. Color comp, that means the complementary color. Let's just check there. Okay, let's check, is it the same one? Nope, it's not the same one. I think this is color secondary. Let's just check here. Yes, it's color secondary. Go back and change this to color secondary, Philantro color secondary. Let's just double check. Okay, let's refresh. Yes, okay, now what we want to do, we want to add some gaps here, small gaps. So this is what we are going to do. Let's go to that element. Okay, that HTML element, and that HTML element is, let's go down, go down, go down, go down. Okay, and that element is track bar area. Okay, the track bar area has got a class of row center, which has got display flex already. The display flex property has got a property of gap. So meaning that we can pick this one. Let's just quickly test. We can pick this ID. Since this this ID and this class is like the same thing, the same element. Let's change the gap property of this ID to see if it's going to give us what we want, and that is track bar area. Okay, let's go to track bar area. Let's create a style there. Okay, as you can see, the style is an ID. Let's just add a gap there of, just to test, a gap of 5 pixels. Okay, as you can see. Okay, now let me explain what is going on here. This gap property, it's not the property of this ID, because without this class, this gap doesn't exist. Let's prove that. This class is what? It's row center. So as soon as we remove a flex in row center, the gap doesn't work. As you can see, everything collapses. So the gap property here doesn't necessarily belong to this item, but because of this item ID and this row center, they are the same thing. They are targeting the same element, which is this element, track bar area. This gap works because of this display flex. I hope you understand that. So you can only use it in an ID that has got a class row center, or it has got a display flex. I hope you understand that one. So let's quickly copy this, copy all tick relation. Do we have this trace bar area? If we don't have it, we'll create it. Let's see. Okay, trace bar, but not trace bar area. Okay, let me just paste this and copy and paste this ID track bar area. I like to do copy and paste because sometimes I usually write the wrong spelling, and then I will take some time trying to check what's wrong, and that is a waste of my time. So let's just copy this and paste it here. Okay, let's refresh and see. Okay guys, let's end it here for now. Let's look at what we have and what we are looking for. As you can see, there are some similarities we are getting there. Obviously the spacing between our element is not the same as this one, but that is something that we will deal with it later. But in terms of structure and the layout, we are getting there. I'm happy with this. I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer. Thank you so much for clicking this video. It means a lot for me. If you've got a chance, you can also help me or support this channel by subscribing. I want you and us together to become better developers. See you on the next one.